Welcome back to my channel, Virgo. This is just a quick read. I'm just doing some random reads here, so no fancy setup or anything. Just trying to get a few of the readings out here. Finding out I have some time challenges these days, but either way, just wanted to get something out there for the month of February for you for 2022. This will be career, money, finance. I am using the Sharina Star Fortune reading cards as well as just the general tarot Rider-Waite deck. Sorry, I'm not sure which deck that is I have here, but either way, just wanted to let you know that just a shorter read today, career, money, finance, but I will do general energies for the fortune reading cards. So just to get a feel of what's happening for the month. So what are the predominant energies that are coming through for Virgo for the month of February 2022? What are the main energies for the month? February 2022. What are the main energies for Virgo? Main energies for Virgo. Okay, it looks like there's something romantic possibly or a passion project up ahead here. What's happening for Virgo? February 2022. Okay, wow. Definitely looks like there's some emotional cards coming through here. So I am doing career, money, finance, but again, a lot of times there's overlap in those areas. So I should just make note that you might be dealing with some of those aspects in your life. I do feel like you have, I'll read these cards right off here, but overall it does look like there is potentially something that you'll have a bit of an obstacle to. Okay, so we've got the card of Lovers. There are two paths ahead. Be true to yourself. So possibly a decision that needs to be made. Mountain. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. So it looks like you've got some kind of shift to make in the month of February. Marriage, you are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. So there could very well be some sense that there's an emotional attachment of some sort, whether this is passionate, romantic, or passion project, something that you are very committed to that may potentially be undergoing some kind of transition or challenge. So we'll pull some other cards out here with the tarot, just following this to clarify and get a better idea. But for the moment, what I see with the cards of, as I said, the Lovers, doesn't have to be a love relationship, but it certainly does speak to somehow it's overlapping with the, again, this is a career finance read, but these ones were just general energies. So the Lovers card, like I said, it looks like there's some kind of a choice, some kind of a decision, and this one could be more of a major life choice that you have to make, or about a very significant relationship to you. So again, doesn't have to be romantic, could be a very close tie that you are involved with, but either way, there's some kind of new adventure that is about to begin. So you want to be able to advance yourself and see the opportunities. There is some kind of opportunity that is coming in here, but there is some kind of a shift that's required of you. So there is some kind of strong sexual connection is what the card can indicate, but what I'm also sensing in terms of like an overall for you know, again, this is general reading, so it's not going to speak to everybody in the month of February. It can trail over into March. You're not all making your decisions just in 2 weeks. You're not all, you know, getting married in 2 weeks. Like, I mean, everybody's going to be at different stages, so the energy will trail out. But I do feel like there is a significant relationship here where there's going to be a little bit of a shift that's required of you, a decision of some sort, because it is going to be a challenging time and it is going to be involving some kind of commitment from you. So, or it's in around a commitment. So this could also speak to some kind of a love triangle with that combination of cards there as well. But it can also, and as well, because there's a mountain in the middle between Lovers and the commitment, to me, there is some obstacle in the way. So whether that path is 2 jobs that you're having to choose between, one that you're already committed to and trying to move yourself into transition into something else, it could also relate around that for some of you. But either way, there is a decision that you are going to be considering. The energy is just starting to flow here in the month of February. Again, some of you, it might trail into March, but that energy of a choice and some kind of an obstacle that is between something you're already committed to and something that is a little further out is at hand. So however that resonates for you, and again, if it doesn't resonate for you at all, this is not your reading, check back in another month. But right now, there is something that you're challenged by in the month of February. And again, the energy just might be starting to work with it in the month of February, but it's usually, these are things that kind of proceed over the course of a month. I mean, it's like, when you go to think about a holiday, not often do many people say in a day or two they're going on a holiday. I mean, some can, but it's usually energy that you think about and you planned for, and it usually occurs over the course of months. So you might sense it in the month of, let's say, February, and then it trails out until you finally make the final commitment, all the plans are in place, and then it happens in, let's say, April or whatever. But that's just my example. So anyway, the mountain, and what I see here, especially because it's coming at a time where you're having to make some kind of a decision between something that is, a longer term commitment that's further out, but there's something in between. There's some kind of difficulty between. And again, for some of you, this could be third-party situation. For others, this is about you trying to make a decision between a long-term commitment and something else that is... Sorry, just have to make a little adjustment here. And something else that you're attached to. So the longer-term commitment, and then into something new. But whatever this decision is, you've got protection here with the Mountain card, and there's again, some sense that you will be challenged in the month of February. There's going to be some kind of emotional challenge, or there could be some kind of, financial challenge. We'll pick that through, in the tarot. We'll just flesh it out that way. But for the moment, I see a struggle. And again, this could even be a bit of a quarrel around a relationship, something that's going to upset you here, because again, that mountain does represent some kind of an obstacle. Maybe there's a secret or something that's in the way here, but either way, something's going to take you by surprise. So it's not that I feel like it's complete upheaval, but it is something that's going to potentially cause a little bit of upset for you. The combination, again, does certainly speak to some oversensitivity. Maybe something is not being clearly dealt with. Could be gossip around a situation, or that you're not, trusting someone, anything along that line. And certainly it could be, if we were taking it into the context of a job, it could also speak to, not trusting someone in the workplace, that kind of thing. But whatever, again, there's something in around a passion project or someone you're passionate about. It's a long-term commitment of some sort, and there is a struggle or some difficulty with it either way. Okay, so again, and certainly with the marriage card, I mean, I would normally say that could represent, something blossoming there, but just because I have the obstacle in the way here with the mountain, it feels like there is something that's putting off that emotional fulfillment. So there's, there might be strong feelings here, there might be oversensitivity, there might be strong connection, and there might otherwise have been joy and happiness, but there's a challenge, there's a struggle here. So, and it does look like it's in around a long-term commitment. So it could be that somebody's returning, to your life here. It could be even something along that line. But whatever that new, or whatever that struggle with the mountain card is, it's troublesome relationship. So things are, at least you have a heads up, so you'll be able to plan for your response anyway. But yeah. I'm going to just jump right into the tarot on this one here, and we'll go more specifically into career, money, finance. So actually, I might just ask, overall, what is I have, my son gave me these cards. These are amazing. I love these. This is actually the Astral Realms Crystal cards and a Crystal Oracle. So I'm going to read I'm just going to get one piece of advice for you in regards to this Lover's Mountain marriage obstacle. What is the best advice for Virgo for the month of February 2022 in dealing with this obstacle, with this long-term connection here? What is the best advice for Virgo 2022 February? Alignment is your card. I actually feel like just pulling one more here. So we've got alignment and eudaimonia. Okay, so these are new cards for me, so I'm going to have to do a little research here. Okay, so eudaimonia. I'm going to look that one up here. Give me half a second here. Actually, I might need to just take a peek at that one. Sorry for delays on this one here. Okay, so eudaimonia is all about, it's malachite, and it does represent Uranus, so it is about following your intuitive self. And it's all about your mindset. So the card speaks to following your own inner knowing, and it aids in the development of your intuition, and your creativity as well. So clearly you're going to find liberation through using your intuition at this time to be able to overcome some kind of obstacle. And let's just see what else we've got on this one here. It's called the Great Awakener card, so it also helps you to expand your boundaries. So it's about putting up some boundaries so that you can process and reprogram your mindset. So it's actually asking you to reframe. It's more or less what the Hangman does. It's asking you to reframe, your state of mind and express yourself in a more positive understanding way, so that you're not reducing yourself into some kind of negative reprogramming. So you're trying to change your thought patterns basically by identifying the negative thoughts and looking for ways to counteract that. So it's about aligning yourself with the vibrational energies that you want to attract. And there's a little quote that goes here at the end. It says, "My heart and my mind are open to elevate my vibrational approach to life and make space for eudaimonia." So you are having to shift your perspective and able to get past this. And the alignment card speaks to, this is about getting yourself outside and regrounding yourself, getting yourself back into alignment. So after a period of being disturbed, you have to allow things to flow through you and not impact you in a current, like with an energy wave hitting you. You're not supposed to allow it to impact you, but to flow through you, so that you're able to adapt. So it does speak to you having an opportunity to go beyond, and again, developing your intuition so that you can allow yourself to behave in a more authentic way. So this is also a card that speaks to karmic cycles, past lives, and it also speaks to that universal oneness and how we connect to things and the energy that we all share. So it's when you actually give of yourself and you're grounding yourself and you're not being stagnant and you're giving to yourself, there's sort of that web of energy that it relates to. So that web of energy gives to you and heals you in the same way. So giving more to yourself, realigning your own energy so that you actually you look past your fears is how it basically describes the card. So yeah, it's about harnessing your intuition and finding a way to ground yourself. Okay, so that's what I have just as a quick there, and we'll get right into the tarot, and that'll be along the lines now of career, money, finance. Okay, so what's happening for career, money, finance for Virgo for the month of February 2022? What is happening for Virgo for February 2022? Career, money, and finance for Virgo. Okay, looks like there's some kind of a change. Again, wisdom that has to be, you're pulling back your energy. I feel like you're feeling a little bit alone here in the month of February for those that this resonates. Oh, but oddly enough, we've got the Empress card coming out. So there is an abundant time, but there is some conflict around it. Okay, please clarify the Five of Swords. Okay, this could be in around a King of Wands. What is the Hermit? Okay, there's some controlled energy here. And the Nine of Pentacles. And around, yeah, your home front. And what is the Empress? Resourceful and abundant. And the Five of Swords, overwhelmed, burden. Okay. I do feel like you're going through in the month of February, at least again, for those who this resonates for, there's a period of confusion or something that's happening around you. It does feel like there's a lot of pulling back energy, solitude, closed off kind of energy is what I'm getting there. It does feel like it is around your stability, your home front. As far as your finances go, I mean, I still feel like you are doing okay there because we've got the Empress with that Queen of Pentacles energy. So it doesn't feel like you're actually losing out on any money, but it definitely feels like there is some threat to your, I don't want to say threat, maybe that's too strong a word, but it does feel like there's some challenges around your mental, your feelings. I feel like there's some sense that you feel alone, as I mentioned there. That energy of the Five of Swords is, I mean, that's how it's sort of starting off in terms of your finances. So, I mean, I feel like maybe you're overwhelmed by something here, but the Five of Swords is an energy of feeling like you're in some kind of a struggle with something. So whether this struggle is in around a Knight of Wands, somebody who represents as a Knight of Wands, but we'll clarify that further out here. But again, with that Five of Swords energy, it's just a sense that you're in for some kind of struggle, and you may not be feeling like you're getting a lot of help from anybody. In the workplace or personally, you're not getting a lot of compassion, not feeling understood. Anything along that line, is sort of what comes up. It just feels like, even if you are doing well, you don't feel the abundance in the month of February. I feel like you're feeling somehow, maybe somebody is not telling you the full truth here, because we've got Five of Swords, we've got the Seven of Swords. There's a battle of some sort here. And then we've also got a battle of self, battle of words, maybe some kind of a conflict or an argument that's coming up here as well. But it just feels like overall there is some kind of neutralization of something. I feel like you're very closed off, actually, is kind of what, again, not, even though you're doing okay financially, I don't feel like there's an issue there, but it feels like you are feeling more alone in the battle here, like you're not getting a lot of help. The burden is all on you. Something, maybe you feel as though something is being taken from you. Again, because those lovers cards came up there and that obstacle and whatever from the beginning, it does feel like there could be someone who might be undermining you in terms of your resources, or trying to go at you for something. Somebody who wants to win something from you or take away something from you, or secrets. As I said, sevens are usually still an energy that, is fairly positive, but again, and it's certainly a good time with the Empress for new jobs, but there's still that energy of trying to ground yourself here with the Emperor as well as the Hermit, and feeling alone while you're on this pursuit to keep yourself stable and abundant. I just feel like there's struggle here. So just taking a look here as well, just to see if there's, it could be that, you've made some plans in terms of your finances for the month of February, but it didn't go ahead as planned, or things weren't clear, and something came up, so something was thwarted. So it became a difficult thing to move ahead. Something became a difficult thing to move ahead, but again, even though I still feel like you're stable in terms of your finances, it just feels like something has created an obstacle for you that's caused you to feel weary, a little battle weary with that Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords. I just feel like you're alone. It could be hurtful things that were said as well, or maybe something, you're just unsupported. That's what it really feels like. It just feels like you're not getting a lot of support here. That Hermit energy, like I said, is you going inward, trying to figure out how to go forward. You're certainly relying on your own resources here, is what I would say, on a lot of levels, because you've got that Queen of Pentacles, which I feel is you. And you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius as well. But overall, I feel like you're quite resourceful in the way that you deal with your money. But again, it just feels like you feel alone, unsupported. Because of that Nine of Pentacles. But again, it's still really good cards in terms of money. But again, just feels like you are taking distance from others, to be able to kind of grow into yourself, figure out something, or it just feels like you feel like you're on the outside somehow. Just because just this combination of cards here, it just makes me feel like you're on the outside of something, looking in. So again, I feel like you're benefiting financially, but there's just some sense that you're searching for something. You're searching for a certain amount of truth. You want some answers about something. Something feels like it's being hidden from you. You sense it, but you can't really act on it. It is, in a sense, it's about being at a crossroads, although there's no real decision to make here because of the layout of the cards. It just feels like you are trying to almost pretend like it's not hurting you, I guess, maybe even in a sense, because of the way the cards sort of roll. There's hurt, then there's the stability and what appears to be, great on the outside, but then there's all this struggle. It just feels like a bit of a wave of up and down. You are still using your wisdom, though, to figure things out. And I just feel like you're retreating more into yourself in the month of February. At least in terms of your relationships, may not be all your relationships, but those that you have some priority. It just feels like you're pulling away a little bit here. So, Yeah. I mean, again, there's still that the energy of the Empress and all of that, and we've got the Emperor. So again, that kind of speaks to a really significant relationship, even in business, however that resonates for you. But it definitely feels like, I don't want to take it into some kind of a love reading exactly, but sometimes the those are aspects that do overlap with our finances. So there is a sense that, this could be dealing with somebody who's kind of a match in a lot of ways for you, like a soulful connection of some sort. But either way, I mean, the Empress is certainly, it's good luck and success and following intuition and, great insight. And you do have some strong cards of pulling yourself out of this energy because of the wisdom and the Empress and all of that with the Hermit. So I do feel like I feel like you're an open and receptive kind of person to begin with. Maybe a lot of qualities of being very charismatic in a lot of respects as well here. But you're definitely very resourceful, like I said, with your money. The King of Wands kind of represents to me somebody who could be coming in here that's got some, you know, this is somebody who's quite well off, especially paired with that Emperor. Somebody who's quite well off financially, is in a pretty good position, whether this is you or someone else, but this could be a significant relationship to you around the finances. So again, there's structure here with that Emperor, but there's also real strong creative energy with King of Wands. But that could be the creativity could be coming through in terms of how you come up with your solutions as well. But to me, it really represents as a person for whoever this resonates for. But there's definitely a sense of, I don't want to say maybe a sacrifice in love of some sort, or sacrifice in a significant relationship that's in around somehow the finances or the stability. But it feels like you're having to, to control your emotions or control yourself in some way and not really speak up about what seems to be an issue. I feel like there's defensive energy guarding yourself in some way here, again, because we've got that Nine of Wands at the end here. So there might be a little bit of an argument or something that erupts toward the end of February. This, like I said, just looks like there's a challenge coming in here for the month anyway for you. But I still feel like, I mean, with the Emperor, this is really long-term growth. We also have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Empress. So your stability, your foundation, looks like there's money going to be coming in over the long term. I would not be worried at all because it looks like you're being very practical with your money. But it definitely feels like, as I said, there's structure in the way that you do things. And I feel like your decisions are made from, a position of power and strength. And you definitely have kind of a cool, calm demeanor. Could be dealing with an Aries here as well. But there's a fair amount of order with that Emperor coming through here. And as I say, the Empress is all about, it's all the queens combined there. So this is definitely, a time for you to probably be spending some money is what I would say. I actually feel like you're going to spend some money on something in the month of February. There's some sense that, so for all of the challenges that you're going through, you're treating yourself here. But there's definitely a sense of being let down by something. Whether a plan wasn't able to be executed, carried out in some way, or, whatever this order and organization was, maybe you received some kind of praise or some kind of, like, something moved in your favor, but somehow there's something that is taking away the impact of whatever the positivity is. So again, somebody may be distancing themselves here, or there's an argument, but either way, there's something that's going on here. Maybe there is some kind of manipulation, but either way, you're guarding yourself, and I don't feel like you're holding your own for sure, but I don't feel like you're really speaking up for yourself and saying anything. I feel like you're really just contained. I feel like you are still focused on your money. But again, it just feels like your victory or whatever your gains are just seems like they're kind of in vain in some way. Like you're just not really benefiting from it in the way that you would hope to have. So I'm just about done here, but I'm just going to say with the Five of Swords energy there as well, again, that was in around a struggle. And then with the Seven of Swords energy, again, sevens usually can represent more positive energy here, but it just feels like you feel like somebody is not telling you the truth about something. There's something that's being held back, and you're not saying anything. You're just putting your guards up and trying to contain it, not really say anything. So however that plays out for you in your personal life, which again can often overlap with our stability and our finances, or at least maybe there's a negotiation of some sort that was going through that didn't quite take off, didn't go in the way that you expected it to, but there's mistrust here of some sort, some kind of secrecy going on here in the month of February, or at least you feel that it is somehow betraying your trust, possibly. Whether it is or not, that's how it is feeling for you. But again, could be dealing with an Aquarius here as well. Air signs for sure present, but yeah, I just feel like you are just not acting on a lot of your hurt. But again, you're still financially doing pretty well here. Everything it could be just conflicted feelings about something as well on an individual level. Personally, you're not really sure how you want to go forward with something, but it just still feels like there's something that you are sensing within somebody else that's not coming forward. And because you don't trust them, it just sort of sits on you like a weight while you try to figure it out and how you want to go forward. So again, that's kind of the gist of most of it, I would say. Again, with that Nine of Wands energy, you're still really guarded. You're still taking action. There's still movement ahead. Very practical movement though, with all of the pentacles coming through here. And again, you're definitely very, very security minded here with the trying to keep the balance with the Four of Wands and the other cards of abundance. So definitely I see that there's some money probably coming in for some of you. Some pretty good money is being made here in the month of February. But again, it just feels like you're not feeling the value of it because something is drawing on your energy. Maybe it's because you're keeping quiet or because somebody's challenging you here and you're not sure about how to go forward or what to say. Anyway, that's what I have for you for February. I might just pull one extra card on this one here. This is the Angel Wisdom Tarot. What is the best advice for Virgo, career, money, finance, or this relationship issue, whatever it is that is the obstacle? What's the best advice for Virgo for February 2022? Okay, the best advice is... Okay, this does look like it's a connection that you have had for some time with somebody with that Six of Cups. So children or childhood. It's about revisiting old dreams or plans, embracing your inner child, the return of people or resources from your past, romanticizing about how things used to be. So it does look like you're going into a reminiscent period here, like you're thinking about what could have been or what is. I'm not saying you're making any decisions because I don't really see that happening in the month of February, but I do feel like you're in an introspective mode for sure, and it does look as though your energy is being put into a place of what could have been. So, it's not like you're making any decision, like I said, but it definitely feels as though you're just disappointed in someone is kind of what it really feels like. Just feels like you're really disappointed in someone, and but as far as advice goes there, I mean, it's about embracing your inner child and trying to, again, ground yourself and revisit things that brought you about happiness. Think about the things that were more positive and hopeful. That's really what the card sort of stands for. So anyway, that's what I have for you for the month of February 2022. Keep moving forward, Virgo, and stay safe, and we'll see you in the next month.